We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Sorry, Boo, not today. I thought I might as well get off my arse and do some content for once. Here's a pre-recorded clip of me thinking what's the best active abilities. Go enjoy. Okay, so here we are. I've found this little tier list meme maker thing. I made a little tier system as well. I put all the little pictures as well in. What we'll be doing is we'll be dragging them into each tier. S tier is going to be game defining level good. A tier is going to be a great ability. B tier is going to be like an okay ability, which is generally good. This one's bad. This one's unusable, but could be usable in certain builds, like it needs other abilities to make it work and could be quite niche. F is trash, has no use ever. You should never have it equipped. Right, now we understand that. And I probably won't forget everything. I'm sure I won't forget everything at all. I'm sure I won't remember which tier does what. I'm sure I remember it all. So the first ability is item search. Need to why has this not been there we go. Down. Item search. My opinion in item search. It's rubbish. It's actually useless. F tier. I mean, it's useless because you can just find items there. It doesn't tell you what's in the boxes. It just tells you where the boxes are. And that's pretty rubbish, I would say. Okay, let's get rid of that one now. Let's not do that. Next one. Change missile. You know what? Change missile is just a bad ability. It's just a bad ability. It's too slow. It allows you to, compared to Kaioken, for example, it's extremely slow. But, I was going to put it in D. It's extremely slow, but has good turning, might do a little bit of damage. It's just too slow and Raid will mostly pick you off. But if you don't have Kaioken and you need an extra ability, you can put it in D if you're just starting the game. It has a use. And that's if you're just beginning the game, just level 1 survivor, you don't have any abilities yet. It's a mobility option, early game mobility option. So it gets D. Solar Flare, controversial take on stuns. Solar Flare is dodgeable. I'm not very good at dodging Solar Flare. I've improved slightly. But because Solar Flare can just be dodged, and it's quite hard to pull off, it's just a bit counterable from that perspective. So I'm just going to it's not a great ability. Solar Flare is just a good ability. You can put it in with other abilities as well. Like a lot of people, if you get Spopovich, you can stun him and then use that blast volley ability. That's really strong against Spopovich. So from that perspective, it's pretty good. It's just a good ability. It's a good stun. Definitely worth having. Enemy Raider. Enemy Raider goes to D tier. If there was a build I thought up as a survivor where you essentially just stalk the Raider every time, wherever they go, and you can use enemy radar to help that. So the idea is that the rest of your team will always know the exact location of the radar and they'll prevent deaths. It's a very niche build, but unfortunately it wasn't a very good build. I was going to make a video on it, but it's just too bad because the other survivors just wouldn't notice the radar coming up from them and die anyway, making it just not good enough. Okay, next one. But it still has that niche use. Charming Pulse. Charming Pulse is probably about just as good as Solar Flare. The good thing about Charming Pulse is it can't be dodged, but it has a 60-second cooldown rather than a 30-second cooldown. So, pick your poison and that gets EB. Right, next one down. Go Gum. Fortunately, as a Boo player, I was wishing this was good, but it's too slow. It's like Kurinshu, but I don't even know what the differences are between Kurinshu and Go Gum. Yeah, you can use it. It's a long range stun. You can use it to get rid of around the STM as well. So, yeah, meh. Goes to be B because it's a long range stun. And not too fond of stuns anyway. It's also very dodgeable. It's actually kind of hard to hit. It's not an instant like Boo. So it makes me sad. Afterimage, great ability. That's A tier. It's not game defining ability. It's a great ability because you can just get out of stuns, which is fantastic. You can get out of melee, which is fantastic. And you can use it to delay the radar, which is also fantastic. So it has a lot of wide variety of uses. No matter what build you want, you can pretty much go on any build you desire because it's a great fighting ability. One of the best abilities in the game, no doubt, but not game defining. There are only a few abilities that I could consider game defining. Bancho Fan. Tried it. I was hoping it'd be like a rocket, but it's not. It's actually really hard to pull off. I think there's a lot of skill that can go into Bancho Fan because it does knock back the radar really far when you get it. It doesn't come with a crosshair, so you got to aim it yourself. And also, it moves kind of slow and it doesn't reach very far, so you just end up never getting much use out of it. That's the problem. So it's just a bad ability you wouldn't use. I put it here. I know I'm putting Banjo Fan is slightly better than Change Missile, but it's just a bad ability you shouldn't use. Whilst D is kind of in a niche role. You know what? I'm going to swap. C is niche, and D is a bad ability you shouldn't really be using. Yeah, C is niche, D is a bad ability. I'm sure that won't get confusing at all. Right, we'll go next. Wall of Defense, great ability. Nerfed it though in Season 2. Wall of Defense is a great ability. You can use it to interrupt the SDM, because if you walk next to the radar and activate it, it'll blast them back, which is really good. You can use it to teleport up to 100 meters, which allows you to get into the fight without having to fly all the way to the radar, which gives you more dragon charge. So I would consider that pretty good. It can also save a person's life. It's just generally good. I can delay the radar, so it's very versatile, very good for fighting. So it gets to be the very good ability. Grappling Device. Now this is what I mean when I say a game-defining ability. Grappling Device is actually so good that. You just can't. It might as well just be an inbuilt ability into the game. And anyone who doesn't have a grappling device is screwed, to be honest. I've seen some YouTubers not have a grappling device, but they have to play so safely or they just die. Other YouTubers who don't have a grappling device. You literally can't make any great escape. You've got to play too safely as well. You never get anything done. Grappling hook, grappling device, it is the quintessential. You might as well just have hard-coded into the game and give the survivor 4th slot and nerf bomber bike or something. Is that good? The game wouldn't work with a grappling device. Fight me. Power Unleashed, right? I don't have this, sadly. That's why I just wrote it, but a sad face in orange. It's the new Gohan's ability. Literally transform for once. I think you can use... I don't really know much about it, so I can't really say too much. Seems like a good ability. I mean, it allows you to just keep your Dragon Charge for a bit longer, and I think it allows you to use a super. I'm not 100% certain on that, though. So I'm just going to put it as A. If you let you use a super, it's A tier. If it doesn't let you use a super, then it's F tier. I think it lets you use a super. So it's not too bad. It lets you travel around a bit as well, I'd imagine. Fortunately, I don't have any real experience in this, so I'm just going to put it here in A tier for some reason. You know, but it's good ability. Fortunately, I just don't have the actual ability, so I don't know. I've never used it. Right, Till. No, right, Till straight. I'm sorry for swinging. Yeah, Till is useless. It can give you cooldown drinks, but it's too very inconsistent. It gives you 50 gold, I think, which is good because if you get 50 gold, everybody gets 50 gold. So, like, how it works in Dragon Ball The Breakers, for those who don't know, is whenever you get gold, whether it be from the gold bar or breaking a box open or Till, everybody else in your entire team gets the exact same amount of gold. So if you get a gold bar, you get 500. So does everybody else. That's 3,500 gold given in total. So whenever you get 50 gold from Till, when you use it, slaps into the ground, gives you 50 gold, gives everybody else 50 gold too. But you know, it doesn't always give gold. And it doesn't give cooldown. It's just too unreliable. Just a waste of time. Every second counts in Dragon Ball The Breakers. So you can't just go wasting time for an insignificant amount of gold, even if it's 350. Doesn't quite work like that, sadly. Scouter, bad ability. 90 second. It is literally the Scouter from the boxes you pick up, which wouldn't be necessarily that bad, but has a 90-second cooldown, so I could pretty safely, even though I don't own the ability, that's why it's got a little sad face there. I could pretty safely discard it as useless, never use. Listen is very similar to Scouter, but better. Listen is a better version of Scouter. Fortunately, the thing about Listen is it's just only used at the beginning stages of the game, and getting survivors off the map early game isn't necessarily that important. You just want to be opening boxes anyway, and getting Dragon Balls, getting Raiders. You don't want to just go straight to civs. I mean, it lets you see the Raider, which is quite nice, but it is a bad ability. It's just a never used bad ability. It's got a really short cooldown. It's a better version of Scouter. Listen, go see. It's just a bad ability. Okay, so we got this. What's this one? Sane Drop Pod. Ooh, I love Sane Drop Pod. It literally allows you to teleport anywhere in the map. Teleporting in the map is extremely good. That's why it gets A. Also, Sane Drop Pod is a bit versatile because you can go in it and land on the Raider when he's trying to do the STM. Anything that interrupts the Raider when they're trying to do an STM is great. Anything that allows you to get keys quicker, like Sane Drop Pod, is great. It's very versatile. The cooldown is quite big, but you can use it reliably every game and get great use out of it. So Sane Drop Pod is a fantastic ability, and anything you'd always want to watch out for it. If using advance as well, it can get you out of a sticky situation, though it is hard to run away from the Raider with. But if you're in a sticky situation, it can save lives, especially if you've got good foresight. Right, Zipline device, it is trash, sadly. It's not even niche. Well, you know what, I will put it in the D. Because if you're like a pre-made group, you could choose one person to zipline, and then like everybody else can use a zipline and get some real value out of it. Why not? So I'll put it as D, but it's pretty much unusable. It can be destroyed by the Raider as well. It's not nearly that fast, so you can't just use it to get away. It can help you traverse obstacles better, but there's so many better things you can use instead. This Kaioken Rush. A lot of people love this. I don't love it because as a Raider, you can just hear them come from a mile and you can dodge it. And once you dodge it, it's a free hit. It allows people to get away, to be honest, which is true, which is why it's better than like Change Missile. But it's not fantastic. It's hard to hit the Raider with. It's hard to close the distance. It is versatile, I'll give it that. It's not great for running away with either. I mean, generally, if you've had a good grappling device, Kaioken Rush isn't really needed. So if you've got like lots of health left and you leave enough time, doesn't do much. It is a good ability, but it's just not a great one. Okay, so is this Kaioken Rush again? Yeah, then you get rid of that Kaioken Rush. Cool, let's see what this one is. Oh, just click it. Bomber Bike, game defining ability. Like, I don't know which one's better, grappling device or Bomber Bike. Genuinely. Like, they're both that good. There are people who don't take Bomber Bikes, but if you don't take a Bomber Bike and you think, well, I'm fine, I've never had any trouble with a Bomber Bike, you just have to play a little bit differently. I mean, it's true, you can play without a Bomber Bike, but the only reason you could play without a Bomber Bike is because everybody else is having a Bomber Bike. You see, if you're a bad Raider, what you'll do is someone gets away and you just chase them infinitely. And the person, obviously, you're never even going to see them probably half the time as the Raider because they've run away in a Bomber Bike, meaning you'll never catch them, you'll never kill them, and you're just wasting precious seconds. So if you're not using a Bomber Bike, this is what will happen. You grapple away and you just start walking. You might have like Kaioken Rush, but Kaioken Rush doesn't make you travel that far. If no one had a Bomber Bike, every Raider could probably just chase upon escape, hunt them down, and get a guaranteed kill. Because the only reason people don't do that is because Bomber Bike exists. So I don't know what's better, grappling device or Bomber Bike. They both are meta-defining abilities that might as well. You could even argue from them both to be hard-coded in. I like the idea of hard-coding in Grappling Device, so people can have 4 active slots, and nerfing Bomber Bike so that it has like a fuel tank that only lasts like 3 seconds per summon. That way, you can nerf Bomber Bike, people can escape quite far, and have an extra slot in at the same time. So I think that would be a alright potential balance change to that. But Bomber Bike, game defining. Fight me on that. That one's Discipline Device did that, so that was Bomber Bike then. Let's go again, Rush. Oh, that's Bomber Bike, cool. Trap Device. It's really hard to get us stun. I think it lasts a bit longer than others, but I was going to put it as a generally bad ability. Sadly, it's too hard to pull off and it can be destroyed. Though it does, you can get some real clutch moments. Put it in front of a cave, for example. That Trap Device is done. So guys, Camouflage, I've seen people use it. You can hear it, it's really audible. It'd be annoying to find people because sometimes a lot of people use it these days. I don't know why. I don't think it's that great. Then again, maybe I'm just being the Vader, I'm not noticing it. It's really good. I would say it's really hard to pull off, to be honest. You can hear it, and most of the time the only reason I don't go after it is because I've got better things to do than waste my time looking for it. Otherwise, you just destroy them. You know, I think the crosshair still goes on it, so I'm going to put a C. It's a bad ability. Not useless though. Right, Instant Transmission. Really great ability. It allows you to teleport. You can also use Energy Barrier with Instant Transmission for guaranteed escape. That's really annoying. It gets the same treatment as Saiyan Drop Pod. I wouldn't say Instant Transmission is necessarily better than Saiyan Drop Pod. Like Instant Transmission doesn't allow you to get away in the same way that Saiyan Drop Pod, Instant Transmission is only a guaranteed getaway if you have Energy Barrier. And also you can't use it to do things like interrupt the radar when on the SDM. And you don't get to control where you land like you do in Saiyan Drop Pod. Which means if you're trying to get a key, you just have to teleport to the person who's closest to the key you want. Or Saiyan Drop Pod, you can just drop on it, and every second counts when you get a key. You can also Instant Transmission though to resurrect dead allies, which is really good. However, you've got to be careful with the radar is because it's very audible. And if someone hears you, just walk back and kill you. It's like a free double kill basically. So be careful. Great ability though. I wouldn't necessarily say it's worse or better than Saiyan Drop Pod, but I don't have it, as you can see, since I've got an angry face. I don't have the ability. So I might just be wrong. Smoke screen. I mean, it's kind of annoying when you don't have. It's kind of annoying when you're the radar and the smoke screen goes out and you can't find them, but it's generally useless. Just never use it, I think. And I can't think of any niche builds that could use smoke screen well, so I just wouldn't. Slots are too useful. We'll go here. Item search. Did I have item search already? I swear I had item search. Yeah, I'm sorry. To a duplicate image. Floating device, nerfed. Crap out of it now. Used to be a movement speed increase, but now it's not. So sadly, just gets to be a bad ability. Oh, so sad. It can help you climb walls though. So, there you go. Yeah. Wait a second. I knew it. This is the niche one, isn't it? So it goes down there. Bad. 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 Sorry. Niche. This is the niche one, isn't it? Where, yeah, it actually has certain use. This is just really bad, I don't recommend, and it's just useless, never use. Okay. Alright, Flames Amount 5 pan, absolute great ability. Pops it all the way up here, actually allows you to crowd control the radar, which is fantastic. You got to crowd control the radar. It's flexible, it can interrupt the SDM, can interrupt things being eaten, it can help you get the dragon, it can do all sorts. It really allows you to crowd control, so it helps you get the key. It's a fantastic ability. Just use it, it's fantastic. Krillin Shoe, same as Go-Go Gum, good ability. Really annoying when you boo and someone Krillin Shoes you. Can interrupt radars eating things. Good stuff. Allows you to also delay the SDM being destroyed by the radar, so it's great. Backup attack, that's the furry one, which I'm actually going to put as like C. As I can imagine. See, people think it's like a damaging ability. It's not. It's like a crowd control ability. You can actually use it from anywhere on the map as long as someone has spotted the radar and you're both outside. So for example, a lot of the time, I have a game, I might even edit a little splice of me using backup attack. Say you have a boo player and they killed someone and they're about to eat it, you just walk outside, activate backup attack, and it will, even if you're no matter where you're on the map, it will attack boo, and that will force them to have to cancel their absorb, And imagine if 7 people had that. It'd be really funny. You could just keep interrupting and interrupting and interrupting. You can use it to get raiders off the STM and everything. So you can use it for like abilities. It's really bad, but 40-second cooldown, you can interrupt and delay for a lot. That's why I put it in the niche section rather than the bad section. Because if you had like a pre-made group of 7 people, I think it'd be really good. You could constantly interrupt the raider. You almost wouldn't be able to get the STM. Okay, Kalken Rush. Oh, whoops. Guess I already had Kalken. Fake Death. I'd say it's useless. Sad. Some people like it, but I think it is actually useless, never use. Flying Nimbus, my favorite abilities. Flying Nimbus is a crazy good. I think Flying Nimbus is better than Kalken Rush, to be honest. The good thing about Flying Nimbus that people don't appreciate is its flexibility. Well, it's not an A ability, no way. It has to be B. But it's better than Kalken Rush. See, Kalken Rush, going small and below Flying Nimbus. Flying Nimbus is great because you can reach hard to reach places. You can use it as long as you want, and it stacks with the passive speed increase, which is really good as well. You can also activate it in the air, which a lot of people really underappreciate. You can just activate it in the air. You can, if Vader's really high in the sky, you can fly up and find Nimbus, then transform, and it saves you a lot of energy. You get straight into the battle. You can also use it basically at the same time use Kalken Rush. Like Kalken Rush, a lot of people use Kalken Rush, they'll use a grapple, and then they'll just get killed by the key blast of the Raider because they're still in line of sight. So it's the same with Flying Nimbus. You know, Kalken Rush is only really usable if you're out of line of sight. The same thing with Flying Nimbus. You can just hop on that Flying Nimbus and make your escape just like you would Kalken Rush. So it does pretty much everything Kalken Rush does. Plus, in my opinion, Kalken Rush has some advantages. Is quicker, and if it hits, it does a massive knockback. You know, it's a bit more snappy. So, you know, in the odd situation where the key blast doesn't hit you, you can just escape, and it's really good. It makes it really hard. Okay, and the last one should be Energy Barrier. Energy Field, great ability. Energy Field doesn't become a meta-defining ability. It does not enter the holes of Bomber Bike and Grappling Device, but it's fantastic because you can Energy Field, Instant Transmission for guaranteed escape, Energy Field, Bomber Bike for almost guaranteed escape. You know, you can use it with Energy Field, Grappling Device, or you can use it to interrupt the STM, use it to delay the Raider, you can use it to help you get keys. It's a fantastic ability. It's just definitely deserves an A. If anything, it might be one of the best A's as well. So this is my tier list. I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to subscribe and like the video. If you disagree with any of my decisions on this, or I've probably missed out an ability to be fair as well. If I missed out an ability, feel free to comment in the comment section. And if I missed out an ability, I will reply and tell you what area I think it'd be in. Okay, thank you very much for watching.